Hi, I'm Debbie Hartner. I'm Elsie Johnson. And we are two sisters, Southern Cooking. Hey y'all, welcome back. Yesterday was Christmas. We had a wonderful day. I hope you did too. Today we're making breakfast for supper. So we're starting first on our cinnamon rolls. I'm going to do my cinnamon rolls and Debbie's going to do some red velvet cinnamon rolls. So we're going to have two different kinds of cinnamon rolls to go with our supper tonight. So first I'm putting in my warm milk, and then I am going to put in the yeast, and I'm going to actually, yeah, there you go.
We haven't worked with this blender
In a while. It's been a while. But since we're doing dough and it needs something more powerful than the KitchenAid that I have, that I use for everyday stuff. So we're going to turn this on and just mix it for just a second so that okay. All right, now let's lift it back up.
I need two people with this thing.
I'm telling you, goodness. All right, so now we're going to add in our sugar. Oh, Callie.
Where is she? That doesn't sound like a kitten. That sounds like a kitten.
That's Callie. She's probably in the laundry room.
Oh, dear God.
That's a
Never
bad
fails.
cat. She is truly a bad kitten. Okay, we're going to add in
Full of kitten.
a whole egg and an egg yolk. And then our melted butter. And we're going to mix it.
And
I don't know if you can hear that or not, but she's hollering.
I'm going to go let her out of wherever she's stuck because obviously it's going to be a
We're going to hear her
hot mess
howling.
situation.
Okay. We'll be right back once this gets mixed, and then we will be adding in our flour and our salt next once this gets mixed.
Okay, we couldn't find Callie anywhere, so we don't know where she's at, but she was mewing, so.
There's no telling with that cat, I swear to you. All
Cat's
right.
okay, though.
Yeah, she's okay. She's just running. She got trapped in a room is what she did. In one of the bedrooms or somewhere. I'm mixing in the flour now, and then I'll add my salt. We'll mix it for a minute or so just to get it incorporated until it starts to form into a dough. I'm going to just pour this in. And then we'll change out to the dough hook. Okay, here's the salt. All right, let's get this mixed together. Let this stir and form it into a dough ball for about 8 minutes it takes on medium speed.
You can also set a timer on this thing on the side here.
Actually, because we don't use this mixer that often, so we forget about stuff like that. But yeah, if you set a timer, it'll shut off actually for you automatically. So you don't have to use a self timer or Ain't no telling where she was. We boiled our bowl that we're going to put the dough into to proof. We are going to stop the machine. Alright. And then.
So we had to add in an extra 2 tablespoons of bread flour because if it is still sticky at the bottom of the mixing bowl.
And almost instantly, as soon as we added the 2 tablespoons, it started pulling it up from the bottom of the bowl and incorporating it. So reach down in here and grab what was still on the bottom of the bowl. Just wrap it around this and just pull it off the dough hook and form it into a ball.
That's amazing that happens so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to proof it.
All right, we're gonna put a piece of plastic wrap over the top and set it to the side and let it, it will double in size actually. And then we'll be back to roll it out and put our filling in it and then slice it up. So in here I have, and this is traditionally, this is something I do a little different than, I just like the way it, the consistency of it is than what the recipe actually says to do. The recipe says to take your softened butter and spread it over your dough and then sprinkle your brown sugar and cinnamon over that. I actually take my softened butter and I just mix it with my cinnamon sugar and incorporate it all. And I honestly should have had a little bigger bowl so I don't spill any of it, but that's okay. And until it becomes like a heavy, thick paste almost. And then I take an offset spatula and I will spread it across the dough once we've rolled it out. And I feel that you do not lose hardly any of your filling from melting or anything. Where sometimes if you spread melted butter, and a lot of recipes call for that, to do melted butter over your cinnamon roll dough, but I feel you don't get a lot of seepage because a lot of times you will end up with your butter melting off the edges of your dough and you lose some of your filling that way. So I like doing it this way. Even this recipe does not even call to do it the way I'm doing it, but this is the way I like to do it, and I think it's a good way to do it, honestly, so you do not lose. And you also get your cinnamon and your sugar mixed better. It's better incorporated by doing it this way. So I'm going to continue to do this, mix it together, and when the dough is proofed and doubled in size, we'll be back to show you how we roll it out and put it together. Hey y'all, we are making our cream cheese icing for both pans. We're using one recipe for the icing because I've made this icing before for my cinnamon rolls, so I know the recipe. It's a good recipe, so we decided to just double our recipe. Technically, we quadrupled our recipe because you never can have enough cream cheese icing on your cinnamon rolls. So each recipe actually called for only 4 ounces of cream cheese, and we actually have 16 ounces. So I made each recipe for each pan have 8 ounces of cream cheese, so I have 2 of them over here. I have 3 cups of powdered sugar, 3 teaspoons of vanilla, and a stick and a half of butter. So I am going to get started with putting my room temperature cream cheese that's been sitting out since this morning into the mixer. You can make the 4 ounces, you know, what the recipe actually calls for if you want. But what the hey, you can double it and have twice the amount of icing in it and make it so good. I don't know anybody who doesn't really enjoy extra icing on your cinnamon rolls. All right, let me turn my mixer on. Move this out of the way. Put that powdered sugar to the side. Let me move my mixer so that I can actually reach around here and lower it. All right. So I'm going to turn it on and get it going. I'm going to beat this for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to add in my vanilla and my powdered sugar. I'm going to add in my vanilla. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to raise it up so that I can scrape down the sides of the bowl. We finally learned our lesson not to put the spatula down in there with it running. We don't want to lose a finger. Good Lord, I think it took us enough times of messing up and trying to reach down in here. Okay. All right. Try not to get cream cheese on the mixer, but that ain't working. All right, let me put it back on for about a minute and a half, and then I'll turn it back off and start adding in my powdered sugar. Okay, it has mixed enough. I'm going to raise the paddle up, and I'm going to add in a little bit of the powdered sugar. I'm not going to do a whole lot because I want to make sure that we have, don't get a powdered sugar bath. Smells really good. I love cream cheese, any way you can have it. Raise it up, wipe down all the top of the paddle here, get as much powdered sugar in there as I can. Scrape down the sides to get every bit of powdered sugar down in that mix. I'm going to turn it off, lift the paddle up, and this looks so good. Smells good too. I know you're sitting there drooling right now. I know it. Give me a bowl of this and I'll be happy. Seriously. Okay. Take this off and set this down. Make sure it's mixed all the way. We are good to go. We have a lot of cream cheese icing right there. Some yummy goodness. All right, we'll be back. The dough has risen up really nicely, as you can see. The bowl is pretty full. So I'm going to take and flour my surface so that I can roll it out. Okay. Might not need any more, but oh, I do want to put some on my rolling pin. I love this rolling pin. This is my Pampered Chef rolling pin. It's marble. It's very heavy. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see if I can. I need to roll it out into a 14 by 9 size as closely as I can get it to that. Move my cinnamon mixture over a little. Okay, let's see if we can shape it a little. Let's see if I can roll this. There we go. Okay, set this over here. All right, I'm gonna take my cinnamon and brown sugar and butter and lay it out on my dough. Okay, I'm going to take my offset spatula and start spreading it out. Okay, all right, so you take the longest end this way and you start to roll. See if I can get this a little closer to the ends. There you go. All right, roll it as tightly as you can. You'll get more visual of the layers of the look of it. And basically you want to stop when your seam is on the bottom. I am going to try and pick it up and pull it closer to me because when you're rolling it away from you like that, it moves and rolls up that way. Okay. All right, you want to do them about 1 inch. I'm going to cut the very tip off the end to give a starting point. That's the one I usually make it in. Cool. Alright. Gently cut through your dough so you don't press it off. Cut them in about 1 inch, between 1/2 and 3/4. That might be. These will be proofed and rise again in the pan before you put them in the oven. All right, moving along. Over. One of these days I want to make one of those cinnamon rolls that is as big as the size of a dinner plate.
I have seen that.
I know, they look good.
I saw that.
That would be your whole meal.
Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-In, and Dives.
Yeah.
There's a lady in California that makes them.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, they're the size of a dinner plate.
That's incredible.
I'm impressed with her.
I'm actually impressed that she's able to keep it together
right.
at that size.
Yep. All right. So I ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 16 out of this. So we are going to switch sides here because I am going to start putting them in the pan. And don't worry, like I have this really tiny one. They're good anyway. Bake it. That was just towards the end of the roll. Go ahead and bake it. It might be one bite, but it'd be good. Someone will enjoy it. And they'll fit perfectly in this last row here because they are smaller. Those last ones are smaller, so they'll just fit right in there perfect. All right, I'm gonna put some saran wrap on top, and they have to proof up again one more time before we put them in the oven at 350. We'll be back. The cinnamon rolls have proofed. They have risen up enough. I'm fixing to put them in the oven. It took about an extra 15 minutes of rising. They're supposed to be for 30 minutes. It took 45 minutes. So I'm going to go put them in the oven, and we will see y'all when they're done. I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
We're two sisters Southern cooking.
And we thank you for visiting our page. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.